Hello everyone, and this is Charles from LowLevelBoss.com, and today we are looking at Shoppe Keep. Shoppe Keep is a medieval fantasy game that takes place in an item shop. Now, you run this item shop, and instead of going out and adventuring and fighting monsters and getting your items that way, you actually order them and sell them to the adventurers yourself. Now, it's a pretty cool premise, but I think they kind of missed the mark on like a lot of areas with this game. And so let me just explain how the game works first, and then I'll go into my review slash kind of first impressions. When I first got this game, I thought it'd be kind of fun to run a shop. I've played, some games like that before, and they were pretty interesting. And it's kind of a take on a setting that I really like, but it was from a different perspective. And so I always thought that idea was kind of cool. So when I was first trying to play the game, I was trying to understand the different phases to each day. Next, specifically the build one. I needed to set up some shelves or some tables and whatnot, and I did not know how to do that. And it took me a while to try to figure it out. And the issue is the tutorial system. If you look right here, the tutorials are all text-based. I would much rather have some sort of scenario where it just tells you how to do it, at least the basics, and then I'll just let me figure out the advanced stuff. But not even then. So it took me a while to kind of figure that out. So that was already kind of an issue. But once I figured it out, I was able to get going, and it's pretty simple, really. First, you start off in the build phase, and in the build phase, you set down any tables you need to set down. You also place down any items you need to place down. Now, once you've done that, you will open up your doors, and your customers will come in and buy your stuff. Some will try to steal, so you have to run after them and get back your items and stuff like that. And so that premise was pretty cool. It was pretty interesting. It was kind of slow at first, and I was like, no, I feel like I'm building up to something. And then I got enough money, and I got my shelvings and, a bunch of more items. And with the skill system, I was able to level up and get more items. First, you just start off with some normal stuff for warriors. Then you get some stuff from mages, and then rogues, and then druids. And then from there, you can actually level up more and get higher ranked stuff. But the issue is, when I'm trying to progress, it feels like a major grind. And when I grind and get that next level of, stuff, it doesn't really feel like a reward. There's no real conflict. You can't fail this game. You can just constantly grind and get your building up higher. There's no way for you to lose money out, at least that I can tell. So there's no fail to the game. So I really have no objectives. The objectives that are there are the quests. You have these quests right here, and if you select one, click it. That's what you have to do. You have to sell 20 mana potions in this instance, and then you will get your skill points, which you can use to upgrade your items, what kind of shelves you can actually put down and whatnot. But that's about it as your goals and your objectives. There's nothing else, pushing you to get to that next level to unlock the next area. And by next area, I mean these walls you can break down for 10,000 gold, expanding your store. Either that, or you can throw down more shelving so you can actually just hold more items. But there's really nothing to do in the game besides that. I would like to have something that kind of breaks up the pace, or something that I can work towards. And one of the things that you can tell that the game's not really complete is this area over here. It's like a little building that says under construction. And if you look in, you can kind of see some kegs and wine and stuff like that. So it's probably some sort of pub or something else. I don't know. As you go through this town, you realize it's a big town. There's a lot of buildings. You can put a lot of stuff here, but there's only this guy that sells you upgrades to your shelving and whatnot. So this game feels like the idea is there, but it just needs to be filled out more. There needs to be more stuff, if that makes sense. I need to be able to, once I close down my shop, go and do something else, because that'll just break up the grind. At least with other games I played, like Reset a Tier, the grind was fun and fast-paced, and I get through a day if I was, quick enough, I can get through that really quickly. In this one, each day takes about 20 minutes. Now, I thought I could play this game and watch some YouTubes on a different screen or whatever, but it makes that kind of hard. Some of the technical issues are I can't move my arrow outside the screen, even if I played, windowed. If I Alt-Tab, my cursor kind of gets bound to the borders of whatever I just Alt-Tab to. So there's just issues on being able to do stuff while you're playing this kind of slow-paced, and I thought it would be just a relaxing game. But all that aside, I guess the good things I do have to say about it is, at first I didn't like the aesthetic. I thought, the people looked a little weird. I thought it was kind of a little too blocky, but then it kind of grew on me. It had like a little bit of a charm. The different music for the different phases is actually upbeat, and that's pretty fun, and I can sit there and listen to that. But it just comes down to the gameplay. And what I just realized was I knew this was an early build, but they just released it fully, and I didn't notice a change. I played it, I think, right before they did the full release, but it still feels like there's something missing. Feels like, they have their base there, like they have everything to build off of already there, but it just feels very lackluster. I don't feel like there's that much depth to it, which makes it really boring. So my final verdict on this is like, I wouldn't recommend it in this state. Maybe for people to kind of play it and to see where I'm getting at as well, but it feels unfinished. I mean, for $10, it's not too bad, and I know it's probably a small team, and that's what they could do, but I feel like there just could be so much more added to this. Specifically the town. Have me, be able to go do other stuff, outside the shop or during the day. Have some sort of events or maybe some sort of goals, like some sort of bill that I have to like constantly make money to afford that next, payment. Or maybe they'll take the shop away. I don't know. I don't know if they want that kind of failsafe, but it just needs something more. These are just my opinions on the game, but if you like this video, please like. If you disliked it, hit that dislike button and tell me why in the comments below. If you want to check out some more of my content, hit that subscribe button and check out my channel at LowLevelBoss.com.